If you've ever dealt with mood swings, low energy, intense cravings, especially for carbs or sugar, or even struggled to lose weight despite doing all the quote unquote right things, your blood sugar might be the missing link. Blood sugar literally impacts everyone, especially for those that are dealing with a lot of chronic stress and inflammation. So in this episode, we're going to break down why balancing blood sugar really does matter, how chronic stress can throw it off, and also simple, effective ways to get you back on track. So let's get into it. Okay. Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Logically Fit podcast. If you're new here, I'm one of the hosts, Casey Miller, and we are deep into the series on how to balance cortisol, reduce inflammation, and improve your overall health. And today we're diving into a topic that is a total game changer that is honestly often overlooked, which is balancing out your blood sugar. If you've ever dealt with, like, let's say mood swings, low energy, intense cravings, especially for carbs or sugar, or even struggled to lose weight despite doing all the quote unquote right things, your blood sugar might be the missing link and it might be something to check out. And before you roll your eyes and think that blood sugar is just for diabetics, no, blood sugar literally impacts everyone, especially for those that are dealing with a lot of chronic stress and inflammation. So in this episode, we're going to break down why balancing blood sugar really does matter, how chronic stress can throw it off, and also simple, effective ways to get you back on track without going on some extreme diet or doing something extreme like that. So let's get into it. Okay. So the first thing that I want to go over is why blood sugar balance is such a big deal. So blood sugar isn't just about avoiding diabetes. It also affects how you feel every single day. When it's stable, you can experience things like steady energy instead of crashing at 2 p.m. and reaching for another cup of coffee or an energy drink. You also start seeing more mood regulation, no more being irrationally mad at your partner or your kids just for asking a simple question or something like that. You also will see improved hormonal health. You'll also see better sleep, fewer PMS symptoms. You'll also see reduced stress in the body as well and reduce inflammation. But when blood sugar is all over the place, that is when we're going to see constant hunger, irritability, poor sleep, and even things like insulin resistance creeping in over a period of time. So now let's dive into how stress messes with blood sugar. Here is something that most people don't realize is that chronic stress can actually wreak havoc on your blood sugar. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which triggers your liver to pump more glucose into your bloodstream, basically prepping you to fight off danger. Like a bear's coming at you, glucose is what your body, your muscles, and your body thrives off of, and also what your brain thrives off of. That's why when we talked about in a previous episode that carbs are actually amazing for you. And when you're in that fight or flight mode, your body's going to just release a bunch of glucose. Even if the danger is like maybe a stressful email or your kids are sick. If this happens constantly, your body gets stuck in a cycle of high blood sugar. Then you crash, cravings, repeat. Over a period of time, this can cause insulin resistance because our body adapts to things. It starts getting used to it. It's no longer going to be responding to our body releasing insulin, which can increase fat storage and even metabolic dysfunction. So if you've been crushing workouts and eating healthy, but still struggling with energy and cravings, stress and blood sugar imbalances might be playing more of a role than you think. So how to balance out blood sugar without overcomplicating things to keep it nice and simple, okay? The first thing is that it's not about being perfect, okay? Even diabetics are really focusing on improving their blood work and getting on the other side. We have them still enjoy things like treats here and there. It's not about being perfect or completely eliminating things. It's about creating better habits and, again, biasing certain things. So we want to naturally keep your blood sugar stable so you feel better as well and you function at your best. You are your best self mentally and physically, not only for you, but the people that count on you. So here are some simple and powerful strategies. A lot of these things are exactly what we do with our clients that do struggle with this. Okay. So the first thing is going to be building balanced meals. So we talked about this in the previous episode when it comes to the anti-inflammatory diet. If you haven't listened to that yet, I would 100% pair this with the anti-inflammatory diet because they really do go hand in hand. And it's one of the reasons why it is so effective. But every single time that you eat, what we want to aim for majority of the time is a lean protein on your plate, something that's very high fiber, some healthy fats, and then slow digesting carbohydrates. This combo is going to keep your blood sugar from spiking and crashing. So think something like an example is like salmon with roasted vegetables and quinoa, or eggs and avocado with whole grain toast if your body can handle gluten. The other big thing that a lot of people overlook, but it's so freaking effective, it's actually shown to be more effective than taking metformin, is taking a 5 to 10 minute walk after your meals. Walking after you eat is a simple but widely effective way to help regulate your blood sugar. It helps shuttle glucose into your muscles instead of letting it just sit into your bloodstream. So it's very effective. The other big one that I think that a lot of people run into, especially if you're busy or stressed, or you just don't have an appetite in the morning, which is a big red flag that you are somebody that is chronically stressed, is skipping meals. Going too long without eating can lead to blood sugar crashes, making you crave sugars or carbs hardcore, like big time. Prioritizing regular meals to keep things steady, that's what's going to help you in this moment, is making sure that you're eating throughout the day. You're not avoiding long periods of time. So the other thing is going to be start your day off with a very, very high protein breakfast. Ditch the sugary sugars or the plain toasts or anything like that. Get a lot of your protein in your breakfast. So think eggs, Greek yogurt, or like a protein smoothie. So the other thing that we want to do is start eliminating processed foods. You know how much I love that word. If you listen to the previous episode, I don't really like the word processed, but that's what most people understand. So limit quote unquote processed foods and sugary drinks. I'm not saying that you can never really have them, but regular sodas, pastries, and ultra processed snacks spike the blood sugar a lot. And so this can lead to crashes later. So if anything, if you do want to enjoy, let's say like a little cookie here and there or something that is on that list, put it right before your workouts, because then you can actually use it to help fuel your workout. It's going to go straight to the muscle tissue. Like we talked about before with walking, the same principle applies when you eat it right before a workout and then you go work out. It's actually going to go to the muscle tissue and you can use it with purpose. So swapping whole foods throughout the day outside of that is where you can really make a huge difference. The other thing that you can do through your own food, okay, is include magnesium-rich foods. Magnesium plays a big role in blood sugar regulation, and I highly suggest the majority of the people out there should be supplementing with magnesium as well, because it's hard to get enough in your diet. But still adding magnesium-rich foods is going to be the best way to get more magnesium in there. Magnesium plays a big role in blood sugar regulation, stress resilience as well. So adding foods in like spinach, nuts, seeds, dark chocolate. Yes, I said dark chocolate. Have some dark chocolate in there. It can be a really good thing and also curb those cravings that you might be having as well. So here's how to apply it in your everyday life. Okay. So you're thinking, like, cool, but where do I even start with all this stuff? So this is going to be your game plan that I want you to start applying. So just pick one change. Just start with that and implement it this week. Maybe it's eating a higher protein breakfast or taking a walk after your meals. Small shifts add up over a period of time, and it's going to avoid that all or nothing thinking mindset that you might be struggling with, or even the feeling of being overwhelmed, trying to do all things at once, and you hit a wall and you just don't do any of them. Small changes over a period of time is going to help build the confidence that you need in yourself that you can actually do this. It's going to make it more practical and effective as well. And you're going to be far more consistent and allow yourself to build those habits over a period of time. So I want you to also start noticing how you feel. Do you have more energy? Do you have fewer cravings? Do you have a better mood? Again, your body will tell you what is working, what is not working. So keep it also realistic. This isn't about being perfect. Let's say that you have a cookie, like let's not freak out. Pair it with what you need, right? If you have a cookie, have a balanced meal with it. That is also another way that you can help balance out your blood sugar when you are enjoying yourself. You don't have to completely eliminate it. Again, don't reach for extremes. Let's try to reinforce better thinking patterns and better behavior patterns than what we have learned through diet culture. So the big takeaways that I want you to start focusing on is that blood sugar affects way more than just your diet. It impacts your mood, your energy, your hormones, and even stress levels and inflammation. So learning how to balance it doesn't mean that you have to follow a crazy restrictive diet or game plan. It just means making small choices over a period of time that I went over that are very simple, very very applicable, very realistic for you to start implementing in your everyday life that will make a huge impact. Okay. And remember, those small choices, the small actions that you take over a period of time is what's going to make the biggest difference. And I want you to keep sticking with it rather than going through the all or nothing thinking and trying to do it all at once. So in the next episode, we're going to dive into more things that are going to be helpful in your endeavor to help balance cortisol, reduce inflammation, help you feel better mentally and physically, and also see better results with your fitness. So stick around and you'll see the next episode coming up. And if you found that this episode was helpful, make sure to subscribe, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And if you want more practical evidence-based tips on training, nutrition, stress management, make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's at Thriving on Casey, the letters KC, and it's the same handle on TikTok too. And we also have a free community that we've got going on. We're releasing free workouts every single day that has been curated by Coach Toby. We also have meal prep tips. We answer questions. We have community and so much more in that group. So I highly suggest joining there. It's absolutely for free. And also remember, stay strong, stay informed, and make sure that you're taking care of your body. Okay. I'll see you guys next time.